I know I was doing a live video just a couple seconds ago. I accidentally hit the stop button, so it's okay. This will give me a chance to redo it, so it's even better than the last time. Anyway, two things. I accidentally hit the stop button on my last live video, so I want to redo it. No worries. Two things. One, I cleaned out my tobacco pipe and took all the resin from my stem and stuck it into my bowl. Yeah. And this tobacco resin is quite delicious. Anyway, long story short, I'm involved with a little bit of Facebook drama at the moment. And I know I'm not the only person to hate drama of any kind, especially on social media. I read Scott's comment. That shit. Yeah, the reason why I'm not asexual is because I got the power. Yeah, the power to seduce women. Oh. Uh, why be asexual when you can be double asexual? That's fucking funny. uh, yeah, I didn't mean to hit the finish button on my video. I'm gonna move my mouse so the arrow's not over the finish button. But yeah, long story short, the Facebook drama that I'm in right now, this one person, now as one person said in my last video before I accidentally hit the stop button, if you don't acknowledge the situation, then it doesn't have power over you. Now, this whole fucking thing started because one other person started talking shit about me. And when I called them out on their BS, they didn't like it, so they responded to my calling them out. And it pissed them off so much that one person basically tried to have like a bunch of people show up to where I work to try to beat me up and shit. And it's just like, really, dude? That's kind of immature and cowardly, to be honest. When you can't directly talk to me about the situation or what have you, instead you gotta hire a bunch of people to try to start shit with me, all because of some drama on social media. uh, uh, the comments on this chat. Uh, I tried being asexual. I tried being asexual because I got tired of the rejection and the lack of sex. And then, you know, you get a chance to get some and it changes your perspective. Yeah. But sometimes you got to be the bigger person, Facebook, because it's obvious the people on the other side of this drama are not going to stop harassing me. So, Exactly. You know, I'm not going to hit somebody unless they voluntarily hit me. Because that's the thing is once I start hitting somebody, I get into that I'm going to conquer and devour and kick ass. And I'm going to take your land sort of mode. You know, metaphorically speaking, to be fair, I have Viking ancestors and also some Scottish ancestors and some English ancestors. So maybe some German, I don't know. But I do know I have Viking ancestors. Facebook. And when somebody pisses me off or tries to challenge me, it channels my Viking ancestry inside my blood, and it makes me want to fucking, you know, there's a good reason why I control, the urge to hit people, even though they piss me off sometimes, because once I start, I don't want to stop, until they're in the fucking hospital, and that's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? So, like, like I said, I don't hit people unless they hit me. That's self-defense, basically, you know. Oh, man. I may or may not have a girlfriend, but I can't give too many details away because of the situation with knowing certain people, and it's just like, man, ain't that the biggest load of crap? And what's funny is people around town accuse her of being a boy, and then because of her short hair, but then they see the very feminine ass that she has, and they're like, oh, wait a second, that's a chick. I see that ass. Damn. Oh, I could say so much shit right now, Facebook. I could. Like, there's just certain people right now that I want to be that one asshole that's just like, da 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 da. I'm very good at calling people out on their shit. And that is the only reason why the person on the other side of this Facebook drama acted the way they did, trying to get people to beat me up at my job and shit. That is the only reason. You know what I'm saying? And if you got like one person trying to convince you to be on their side, it's easy to fight them off. But if you got several people who are brainwashed by that individual, you know what I'm saying? Then it's a little bit harder to fight off. And it just makes you really think, you know what I'm saying, who your true friends are. Well, I'm sorry, Scott, I just found this out. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are certain details to this story that I can't discuss on Facebook, and I refuse to discuss on Facebook because there's certain details of this so-called drama on Facebook that I'm experiencing right now. There's certain details that are irrelevant to the point. You know, discussing certain details would only make shit worse. Scott, it's not like that. It's like, bro, come on. I just... Yeah, if you're still up, I'll give you a call after this fucking live video and, you know, I'll give you the details of what's going down. When you're so good at calling people out, when you're so good at calling people out on their shit that it pisses them off, that they're willing to act like cowards and try to gang up on you. And using 9 people to gang up on somebody is cowardly, yellow-bellied, and pathetic. And if it's supposed to intimidate me, it doesn't. But there's certain things I'm going to avoid talking about on YouTube if I can help it, and social media in general, just because, you know, it's pointless. Someone has to be the bigger person in this situation, and it looks like it's going to be me, because I don't foresee the other people stopping. Well, thanks, Cade, for your support. It's just kind of fucked up when, you know, you lose a girlfriend because somebody else convinces them to be with that somebody else. When somebody else convinces an ex to be with them instead, you know? It just shows you that some people have no willpower. Yeah, I suppose I could do that. A shout out to Stephanie Nielsen for joining me here on chat. Exactly, Scott. Yeah. And I tend to think if certain people were that easily convinced, you know, if a girl in question is easily convinced to break up with somebody, you know, and they're not, you know what I'm saying? And the person I speak of is not a very strong-willed person. I'm not going to name her name on social media if I can avoid it, just because, you know. Now, the only reason I brought up my ex in the last couple of Facebook Live videos whatever is because she was going around town talking shit about me. And a friend of mine's overheard it, told my friend, and then he told me, and I was just like, well then. Well, thank you, Cade. Sometimes being the realest person ever has its consequences. You know, because sometimes people can't handle it when you're just too real with them. You know, like, one of those, you may not like what I have to say, but it's going to be said. Exactly. Exactly, Scott. That's what I was just thinking. As far as my ex-girlfriends or flings go, fuck them. Oh, wait, I already did. Oh. Well, if I could have afforded better food, I would have gotten it, yeah, but, you know, groceries are expensive as fuck, you know. And honestly, I think she's more miserable now than she was when she was with me, and she doesn't want to admit it. And that's why she's attacking me on social media and spreading rumors about me on around town and shit to cover up for that. Work's been going excellent. It's nice to have some source of income. I'm not just sitting on my ass all day and doing nothing. Maybe subconsciously I did do right, you know? And unfortunately, first time relationships, like your first girlfriend boyfriend relationships, don't generally last that long to begin with. It's just the nature of life, you know. Um, the thing about traveling to see fans is I don't have a car. You know, there is a car I do want very badly, but it's 2,300, and that's gonna take for fucking ever to save up for, you know. And it would just suck to save up for my car that I want, and then it's not gonna be there as soon as I have the money. I would be like, oh, literally that's just, you know, I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood, but I have horrible luck with cars, you know. Ha ha ha. I don't think she was even worth that, Scott. Scott's like, you should have sold her for a bag of chips and a beer. Hell yeah. That's what's up, Miss Nielsen. How many hours have I been working? Well, enough to where I can make $300 to $400 every 2 weeks, which that's not bad. You know, that's damn it. Use your barter skills, man. Yeah. And this is kind of the where I'm at right now. I got people trying to start drama with me on social media. Of course, that's nothing new. But when it's people you personally know, it's just like, you know, you think you know a person, and then they start shit with you on social media or go around town talking shit. And it's just like, wow, grow the fuck up. And then, like I said, I may or may not have a girlfriend that I can't go into too much detail about because of the people that would try to ruin her relationship with me by trying to break us apart. Like, ain't that some bullshit? You know what I'm saying? You know, that's typical life, man. Like, people aren't allowed to be fucking happy. You know what I'm saying? Anytime anybody gets a little bit of happiness, it doesn't last long, does it? Uh, do you still have a computer, Cobes? Yes. In fact, that is what I'm filming my Facebook Live video from right now. Is my computer. It is a Apple computer. It's got GarageBand in it. How's album production on my next album? It is it's going good. Um I'm almost done with the 4th song on my album. And then I got 4 more to go after that, and then you know. Like, when you piss off so many people that they try to gang up on you to beat you up, that's kind of funny that I can piss off people that much. I don't have a song called that, Scotty. uh, you know, like Scotty's comments, you know, this drama on Facebook is just, it's laughable, dude. To be fucking honest, Brody, it's laughable. The fact that I pissed off so many people just by calling people out on their bullshit on a live video. But I deleted that live video because I was talking about one of my exes, and it's just like, that chick wasn't shit, so why am I talking about her? You know? That chick isn't shit, so why am I talking about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, female ass. Scotty's like, A is for ass, not sexual, bruh. Whoever is talking shit, I will fuck them up to death. And that's how you feel about it. Sometimes violence doesn't solve everything. It might get out a fix for some angry aggression and watching people suffer, but apart from that, it's not going to solve everything. So why use it? You know, don't kick ass unless you have to. Now, thankfully, thankfully, one of my managers already knows the situation with these people trying to beat me up at my job or whatever over some drama on Facebook. And I mean, I'm a pretty big dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking show off my arms a little bit. I got some big ass fucking arms. Okay, I could fuck some shit up. You know, but with great power comes great responsibility. And I could very well use my dark magic to fuck up the lives of the people who are starting shit with me right now. But I feel like that would be a waste of time and magical energy that I could be using to help somebody who needs it. When I talk about helping people with my magic, what do I mean by that? Well, let's say I'm walking down the sidewalk, and if I'm walking down the sidewalk and I see somebody, and I see somebody walking on the other side of the other sidewalk across the street, and that person looks like they're having a shitty day, you know, I might try to use my magic to send, you know, good vibes, I guess, to the universe to make their day go a little better, I guess, if that makes any sense. Now, the comments. All right, now I'm smoking the gunk I scraped out of my pipe stem. Like literally my stem was clogged the fuck up. Okay, my pipe stem was clogged the fuck up with resin. And I scraped all that shit out and put the tobacco resin in my pipe, and I'm smoking that right now. You want some new pipe tobacco, you gotta definitely check out your local tobacco shops. If you live in an area that doesn't have a cigar shop of any kind, Walgreens might have some pipe tobacco, but you're better off just if you're 21. If you're 21 and older, you can order online. Or if your local town doesn't have a cigar shop, you know, you find the closest one to you and just go from there, I guess. Your cigar shops are generally going to sell your pipes and pipe tobacco and shit like that. a good chunk of that pipe resin just pulled through and scooped me. Oh. Yeah. Now, tobacco resin is not going to stay lit, so of course you're going to torch it. You know what? I think I've used enough magic to help people that I can justifiably do what needs to be done. I've used my magic to help enough people that I think I can do what needs to be done. Any new Zippos? Well, this is one of them. Boom. I still have my Sons of Anarchy Zippo that I bought. And mentioning the show Sons of Anarchy just gave me some serious flashbacks. When friends are turned against each other over stupid drama on social media, it's just... I can remember a couple of years ago, back when I'd hang out with Matt Champion and Chris. And we'd bullshit like friends do. We'd hang out, bullshit, smoke cigars, drink good alcohol, you know. And we also watched Sons of Anarchy. How cool the bikes were. You know, each episode in depth, like the plot twists and shit. And I can remember when they made the last episode, sharing that grief with people you called your friends. You know. And the biggest question you have to ask yourself is, are you a sheep or are you a wolf? If you claim to be a wolf, but yet you're herded like a sheep and brainwashed by certain people, then you don't have the right to call yourself a wolf in retrospect. there are two kinds of people, Facebook. There are two kinds of people. There are wolves and there are sheep. People who are sheep, they follow whatever they can. Like if it's the most convenient for them, they'll follow it. You know, people who are sheep often lack any sort of willpower. They're easily convinced into things that they may not want, you know. People who are sheep, they do not lead, they follow. Now, people who are wolves are more independent. They learn to be wise. They learn to overcome so much. People who are wolves do not follow, they lead. But the problem with, you know, people is that you get too many wolves in the group, and well, you know, metaphorically speaking, it doesn't always happen, but there's always this, what you would call a fight for dominance over a pack of some sort. And it's just like, it kind of reminds me of that time in Sons of Anarchy when, you know, when when people were fighting over, whenever they fight over club bullshit, you know, when Sam was reading his dad's actual, or you know, maybe not his dad's, but when or not Sam, but Jax. I mean, when Jax was reading, you know, this monologue, if you will, about older members that were originally with the Sons of Anarchy in the series, and like the whole first season, he's reading these pages, you know, about how things changed and things got different, you know. And it's sort of like that, like, you know, and unfortunately, if you're the person who's having sex with two of the people involved in turning you to the other side, you know, and you let the sex cloud your judgment, then the people you're having sex with are trying to convince you, hey, that I'm a piece of shit, that I'm this and that, and blah, 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 whatever, you know. It got you so pissed off that you're willing to beat up somebody you once called your friend. You know, I can remember when, you know, Me, Matt Champy, and Chris would go to Dory Lou's or Casper's and stay up all night drinking coffee and just talking, hanging out, bullshitting, you know. One person moves away when Chris moved out of Casper. And, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not going to say too much more on the whole thing. I'm just saying, like, things change, people change. And how are you going to say that someone's stuck in the past when you're going around town and telling people a bunch of rumors about me that aren't true? That's what I don't get. How are you going to call someone else stuck in the past when you're the one starting shit in the first place? Like, and then you try to play it off like you're the victim. That's just stupid. And when you're one of the few people that can see past a certain someone's bullshit, and you're sitting here just flabbergasted that her bullshit, that this particular person's bullshit is so infectious that it literally sucks the life out of the people around her. But anyways, Facebook, if I had anything to say at this particular time, it's that if you're trying to get people to beat one person up, if you're getting like 9 to 10 plus people to gang up on somebody over some drama on social media, when instead of just keeping it to social media, you're going to drag it out into the real world like a pussy. Because that's exactly what that is. It is a pussy fucking move. To gang up on somebody, one or two people, okay, that might be an interesting fight. But like ganging up on somebody when it's just one person against like 8 or 9, 10 plus people, that's completely unfair for the person you're ganging up on. And on top of that, if you're willing to gang up on somebody, over what somebody else said on social media, what does that say about you? It says you're a fucking sheep. Like, legitly. I didn't drop any names in this fucking video. I didn't say shit. Man, I guess there's a way of calling people out on their bullshit without actually naming their names. Because certain people will see this video and they'll be like, well, Josh posted another video on Facebook. And certain other people will be like, well, what'd he say? What'd he say? What'd he say? Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised I don't have bite marks on my neck. uh, Scotty, I agree with you on that 100%. And granted, I don't have many friends, but the ones I do have are very rare, man. Unfortunately, that is the truth, man. You know, I'm a very nice person. I can be one of the nicest people you'd ever meet. Super chill to be around, you know. But if you piss me off, it gets scary. I don't need a shotgun or big muscles to fuck somebody up. I don't. I don't need a shotgun. I don't need big muscles to fuck somebody up. Have you people been watching the news? Notice how ISIS is losing territory. They're losing their war, so to speak. Have you noticed that on the news? My point exactly. I've been trying to use my dark powers to fuck up ISIS and take them down, so to speak, you know. And people can go all out with their spells and have, like, you know, circles and pentagrams and this and that and candles and all this other shit, you know what I'm saying? Which, you know, which is good to some extent, yes, but a lot of magic comes from the power of the mind. You know what I'm saying? True magic comes from the power of the mind. Plain and simple. Not only that, but certain energies that you use, you know. Like, I do believe when Kate Kloss asked for a protection or from that Nazi protest, and then she came back and talked to me on Facebook Live a couple of days later, and she was like, oh yeah, these Nazis opened fire into a crowd of people. Nobody got shot. They got arrested. The protest went peacefully. And not no sooner, like literally a couple of days before that protest, I sent a circle of protection to that town and for Katie for that protest and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I did it on Facebook Live by saying a circle of protection for, and then I named the town or whatever, the town and the state, and then I named what the circle of protection was for and what its purpose was. You give it a purpose, send it out. Yeah. Yeah, Scott, because you're a motherfucker, because you fucked Tina and you made a mother out of her. Uh, but, I've been having visions of my dream house lately. There's a good chance I could win the lottery in the next couple of months. But I'm more focused on, you know, the bigger the bigger things that I'm doing with my magic at the moment, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that worked out nicely. Hmm. And if it continues, it'll only get worse for them. Yes. Uh, Like what I just did not too long ago. I just used my magic just now. I was talking to some friends of mine who are going to help me with my little dealio, because I want to put a stop to this drama once and for all. I'm not going to say how I'm going to do it, but the people who are involved are going to get what they need. Yeah. One of the things I'm incredulously gifted with is the ability to walk into other people's dreams. But if I wanted to be a sneaky motherfucker, I can also change people's dreams. I can also cause people, I can literally control people's dreams. If I tune into a specific person, and that specific person is connected to anybody else, and those other people that that specific person's connected to, that makes it very easy access for me. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Scott, because I was at home when I found out what had happened, and I wasn't at my job when the people came looking for me, so yeah. I don't do requests like that. No. No. That ability is being used up at the moment. And it's been a while since I've done it, so I've given my psyche plenty of time to rest before doing it again. Yeah, I call it dreamscaping, which is either dream walking into someone else's dream or subconsciously changing people's dreams on the spiritual plane, on the sleeping subconscious. Every person sleeps, and when they do, their psyche and their spiritual presence and their energy connect to the cosmos and the great beyond and the existence of time and everything. As they rest, their presence is still connected, so to speak, sort of like a wire, if you will. And think of, dreamscaping as a frequency going through the wire. If you attune to the right frequency and connect to the right wire, and you could literally hack into people's minds and fuck their shit up mentally to the point where they're just wishing they'd never, ever fucking said shit about you again. In fact, I'm going to set my tobacco resin down for a second. Who wants to see a green energy ball in my hands? You see anything? Oh, boom. Oh, energy balls changing color. That's kind of cool. Oh, there it went green for a second. Oh, now it's all fuzzy. Check that out. Yeah. Oh, there it went green again. That was cool. That was cool. See how I did that? Made a little green ball appear like right there. It does take a considerable amount. It does take a considerable amount of training to be able to make Tai Chi visibly appear on camera. And I'm pretty much self-taught on that. I did read up on a couple of basic tips and what have you, but as soon as I pointed my finger, like you saw that little green ball of energy just appear right there. That looks pretty thick. And I don't know if it'll actually show up on Facebook Live when I post the video on Facebook or not, but if it actually shows up on the video when I post it to Facebook, that would be legit shit. Let's put my demon wings back. Hold on a second. Put my demon back in the bottle. Let's see if I can make a chi ball appear in each hand. Got this one and this one. Combine the two together. Let's see if I can make it. That was kind of cool. I was trying to make electricity shoot between my fingertips. I wonder. Oh, we got something right there for a second. You know, if I make a YouTube video talking about some shit, it's going to be a lot less specific than this particular video. And if you're willing to beat somebody up over some shit on social media, how childish are you? Like, seriously. You can't keep it on social media. You have to be a little bitch. Let's see if we can make a red chi ball up here. Oh, there's blue. That was cool. I saw that shit. So like I said earlier, Facebook, times change. I remember hanging out with friends, watching Sons of Anarchy, going to coffee shops and drinking coffee all night, chain smoking cigarettes, and hanging out with friends and just bullshitting. I get so tired of drama on social media anymore. I tend to think if someone's gonna go around town saying things about you, you know, but it is what it is. I'm pretty much not gonna talk about certain people anymore because it just seems pointless. It's like I said, Facebook, there are two kinds of people. There are sheep and there are wolves. People who are easily manipulated by other people are sheep. If you are somebody who is not easily manipulated by others, you know, I can understand that sometimes good sex can cloud your judgment. And when other people in your little group are trying to convince you of the same thing, but, you know, don't let good sex cloud your judgment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be smarter than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, it is what it is. I guess people don't like being called out on their shit. And, you know, I might have been a little too harsh on my last Facebook Live video, so I deleted it. On top of that, it just seems stupid, you know, bringing up your ex in certain things. Even if your ex is going around and talking shit about you first, I need to be the bigger person here and just say, oh, you know, look at it as, oh, you sound just like every other troll on fucking YouTube and Facebook that talk shit about me. Really, you're just. Uh, why the fuck I still have those Job Corps certificates? I'm not gonna smash them. That would be childish and stupid. But I think when things have cooled down enough, and if certain people want to talk like mature adults, then we can do that. But trying to make yourself out to be the victim and then tagging 39 other people, trying to start shit on Facebook, and then getting people to show up to beat me up. When you're having like 9+ people to try to beat me up, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of unfair for me. And it just shows how cowardly people can be. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it from my perspective, okay, if you were ask yourself, okay, what if somebody else was pissed at you because you said something they didn't agree with on Facebook or YouTube, and they decided they were going to get a bunch of people to beat you up, all because you used your right to freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? You would literally, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'd be sitting there going, wow, you know, and it's like one person already said in the last video I made before I accidentally deleted it. That's why I have this one. I accidentally hit the finish button too soon. If you don't react to a situation, then it shows that the situation has no power over you. You know, if what somebody said bothered you that much on social media, if it had no power over you, you wouldn't overreact like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I found out about what could have happened tonight, I laugh at the idea that people I once called my friends were going to supposedly beat me up because of some stupid shit, you know? Like, like in Sons of Anarchy, those couple of episodes where some shit goes down, and a couple members of the club are like, hey, you know what? I don't like our club doing this, this, and this because this, and this happens, and it makes us look bad. So they change things up a bit. But then someone else says, well, that brings us in a lot of money, so there's an agreement and a disagreement. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what this Facebook drama feels like, in a sense, you know? Like an episode of Sons of Anarchy where the club's at a disagreement and shit's in disarray, you know? I mean, if I'm not allowed back in classes, supposedly, that's cool, you know? I learn better on my own anyways. I mean, it's good to have this in my arsenal. Let's get a close-up of that. Oh, this is legit. Facebook, this is legit. As one of my coven teachers, well now, one of my ex-coven teachers once told me, it's much better to gain your knowledge from a book than it is to read it online, because anybody can read it online and gain knowledge instantly. Something like this book right here takes time to read. You know what I'm saying? Facebook. So if you're gonna practice magic and study it, get books, man. Like, stack up on your books, read that shit. You know what I'm saying? Legitly, you know, anybody can go online and read an article. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody could, like, if you want to cast a certain kind of spell, anybody can look up how to do it online. But if you're not properly trained in that sort of thing, the spell's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? And the biggest kicker with magic is a lot of people think it's bullshit, and then they fuck with it out of curiosity. If they do it just right, it could fuck up their entire life completely. Like, some gateway opens up and shit starts coming out, they can't control it, you know. Or they do it wrong and nothing happens and they think it's complete bullshit. So, unlike these average churchgoers who pray to some stupid sky god every Sunday, which if you do, you know, that's your choice. It's freedom of religion. But practicing magic is a lot more dangerous than going to church. Especially if you have not enough experience in dealing with certain things, you know. So for me, magic is like going into a jungle and there's an animal. Some animals are not as friendly as others. You know what I'm saying, Facebook? And magic is the same way. If you conjure spirits or open up a gateway, you know, you could infest yourself and others and your space of living with demonic forces and shit like that. And, you know, demons don't fuck around. No, we don't. No, we don't. Let's see. You know, because it's my book, I can take and bend the corner to bookmark certain things, certain pages of personal interest. Let's see, there's an index. Part 1 of this book deals with elements of magic spells, and part 2 deals with the spells themselves. It looks like we got divination, spells of domination and influence, demon spells, dream insomnia, nightmares, astral projection, the evil eye, fertility spells, fire safety spells, gambles, spells and charms, happy home spells, healing spells, hexes and other antidotes, invisibility and transformation spells, love magic spells for romance, true love, seduction, and sex, luck and success spells, marriage and divorce spells, money spells, spells for wealth, prosperity, and financial stability, pregnancy and childbirth spells, protection spells, psychic power spells, spells for travelers, spirit summoning spells, theft, loss, objects, and missing persons, unblocking spells, weather spells, youth, beauty, and longevity spells. The theft, loss, objects, and missing persons. This book teaches you how to use magic to find missing people. That's kind of cool. And then, of course, you have your friendly warning right here. It says, these spells are real, perform at your own risk, yada, 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 yada. Acknowledgements, preference, introduction. Magic is the ancient and absolute science of nature and her laws. That's what it says right here. Boom. Yes. And here's the thing, sex magic doesn't really work. Some people might think it does, but it's really... Blood magic would be a lot more effective. Fucking sacrifice a lamb on a pentagram with some candles and shit. Fucking deep fry the lamb and eat it afterwards. Yeah. Spell casting using the power of botanicals, however you fucking pronounce it. Ancient Greek black hellbone harvest spell. That sounds kind of cool. Oh, here's a chapter I bookmarked. court case spells, legal spells, and spells for justice. So right here, it could teach me how to use magic to wrong the people that have wronged me. Encyclopedia of 5,000 Spells, the Ultimate Reference Book for the Magical Arts by Judica Ellis. Now, there are some people who get this book and they think, oh, how trendy of me, haha, you know. But then there are people like me who get this book because I take it more seriously. I actually have a mutual respect for the magical arts. Because there are things that are not in my grasp yet. There are certain things I don't attempt because they're out of my magical limits at the moment. You know, the age-old expression, don't run before you walk. But, not a whole lot you can say on this issue, I guess. I would really appreciate y'all joining me on live chat. Like, there's a lot of people for how late it is. Holy shit. Kind of hungry. I want to eat a couple of these, but I'm going to save most of them for the recipe. Pop that shit. Oh. Hell yeah, thank you. Have a good night, Stephanie Nielsen. Thanks for joining chat. That's ironic as fuck, Facebook. First time I met my ex was in Rapid City. And I got a fan who shares the same first name. That's funny how life works out like that. And on top of that, the fan even lives in Rapid City. What are the fucking odds? Or that time I bought a bottle of Captain Morgan pineapple rum and had some friends come over and drink it. And Captain Morgan pineapple rum is fucking delicious. I don't give a shit who you are. The mango one's pretty good too. Oh. See, I could eat a whole can of these pizza Pringles in one sitting, but then I wouldn't have any for my chicken recipe that I'm doing tomorrow for a cooking video for YouTube. Maybe just a couple more. Mm-hmm. Yep. That Crunch Bell. I get enough crap from trolls on social media. And, well, any sort of drama with people that you know personally on, you know. You're better off drinking whole milk than you're a skim. Don't believe the lies they tell you. One second. I'm gonna go all Ted Bundy on these Reese's Puffs. I do need to save at least a little bit of milk for my chicken recipe tomorrow, but that won't be a problem. That won't be a problem, no. Because I'm gonna take my cup and do this number. Serial killers, we don't die, we just stay high. Serial killer. Oh, who sings that? Good song. Now, if you don't want to make a mess out of a bowl, you know, this is a much more convenient way to eat cereal. Just pour some in a cup and boom. Literally, you don't have to dirty a spoon or a bowl. Simple as that. I started doing that yeah. Yeah, a friend of mine showed me this trick you can do with cereal. It's a life hack. Oh shit, my voice is changing. That's weird. A friend of mine showed me this life hack where you can eat cereal out of a cup. You don't dirty a spoon or a bowl. You just say, I don't know about y'all, but hashtag fuck social media drama. When someone says, oh, they can't let go of the past, but then that same person goes around town talking shit about somebody behind their back, the same person they accuse of not being able to quote unquote let go of the past. Like, you're telling me I can't let go of the past, but here you are spreading rumors about me that are not true. And then on top of that, you try to convince a bunch of people to gang up on me and beat me up. It's like, that's childish and stupid. Like, instead of discussing things like mature adults, you're letting a little tiff on Facebook escalate into physical assault. Damn near, like, I don't know, man. But what I do know is that, you know, you have to ask yourself that one question. Are you a sheep or are you a wolf? Because sheep are deceived. Wolves are smart enough to see past the deception. And when somebody uses, you know, people can be very manipulative. Here's the thing about Facebook. There are people out there who are shy and they act all shy and innocent, and they use that as a fucking cloaking device. Okay? A lot of people who act shy and innocent, a lot of them, not all of them, mind you, but there's a good majority of people out there who try to act shy and innocent when really they're cunning and conniving and manipulative. In fact, if you say you're done with somebody's bullshit, but then you let them right back into your life. Again, it's not my life, but I'm just saying, if you had a reason for kicking somebody, if you had a reason for kicking somebody out of your life in the first place, then maybe, you know, and some bullshit reason convince you to, you know, keep them in your life. And I'll say it before and I'll say it again. People who are bad influences on your life, there are two ways to be a bad influence. There's the physical bad influence, people who encourage you to do bad things, make bad decisions. And then there's the emotional sort of internal bad influence where people who hang out with each other bring out the worst in each other, that sort of thing. And, you know, ganging up on somebody with 9+ people is not only cowardly, but childish and stupid. Stupid because, you know, that's assault charges waiting to happen. And on top of that, I have Asperger's, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. The only downside about not using a spoon is that in order to get the last little bit of cereal out of your cup, you just pour a little bit of extra milk in there. So you end up probably drinking about 1.5 cups worth of milk. But, yeah. Definitely got to give this cereal a plug, though. I'm just saying. Oh, jolly good. It's 3 and 4 in the morning. It's the bewitching hour. The hour of 3 and 4 in the morning. Yes. 3 and 4. It's those two goddamn numbers again. No, but legitly, I did not mean to fart when I was walking away. That shit just happened, you know. Yeah. And that's where I was getting at earlier in this video, was that, you know, there are people who are toxic for your life, and for whatever fucking reason you may not see it because you're blinded by emotions. When you let your emotions get the best of you, you know. But yeah, we've all had our fair share of drama on social media, and nobody likes it. It doesn't matter whose side you're on, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Now I got the hiccups, god damn it. Maybe I should say something to scare my hiccups away. Donald Trump's president. Huh. How about that? That was just scary enough for my hiccups to stop. I didn't think that was actually going to work, but the fact that that was... No, seriously, I have no control over when my hiccups are going to stop. Nobody has control over when their hiccups are going to stop unless, you know, they cure them. You know what I'm saying? And I was making a political joke. I didn't actually expect my hiccups to stop hiccuping right after I said that. Ha, that's funny. I'll bust out some of that vanilla pop tobacco. You ever had pineapple Captain Morgan? It's delicious, people. Especially when you stick it in the fridge all day, and then the bottle is just ice cold when you pull it out. Pull out. That's funny. I just don't get how somebody could accuse somebody else of being a woman beater when that somebody else has never hit that woman in that 2-year relationship that they had. Yeah. I tend to think when your ex accuses you of being a woman beater, when you make serious accusations like that aren't true, I kind of look at it like, okay, in the 2 years I was with you, I never once struck you. What the shit? I might have slapped your ass every now and then during sex, but that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, now keep in mind, Casper, Wyoming is a small fucking town where everybody kind of knows everybody. So if you're talking shit about somebody, it don't take very long to get around town. Give it like maybe 2 days tops. One person said something about some other person, and I guarantee you by the 4th day tops, 4 days tops, like 4 days ago, give it, what I'm saying? That's just how it is. I have not tried Player's cigarettes, to answer your question, Stephen. Got my beer Bic. Literally, it's a Bic with ice cold beer painted on the print. Mm. You gotta have a smoke after you eat. Mm. And smoking a bowl of delicious vanilla pipe tobacco is rather like having dessert. Mm. But today is a new day, so to speak. I would say tomorrow is a new day, but that expression doesn't work because it's not tomorrow yet. Well, I guess both expressions work. It doesn't really matter how you look at it. You can say when you wake up every morning, today is a new day, or tomorrow's, if you're having a bad day today, then you can say tomorrow's a new day, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you gotta remind yourself of that, YouTube. It's not easy, but, you know. Well, not a whole lot to say, I guess. I kind of just said my piece, and, you know, I didn't name names, but I did say, that I was going through a little bit of Facebook drama right now, and I didn't like go into detail, like extreme detail with it, you know, but just enough detail for you to get the basic principle of it. And, you know, and the reason why I didn't go into detail with this because I don't want to fuel that drama fire. You know what I'm saying? That's all it's going to do, you know. You start naming names and being just as immature as the people causing the drama in the first place, it's only going to make it worse. So, you know, I guess I'll be the bigger person in this situation. Here's a thought. You ain't got nothing nice to say to nobody, then don't say nothing at all. It's the golden rule, you Facebook. I do think trying to gang up on somebody over what people said on social media, that's just letting what that person said get to you. And maybe it got to you because maybe there was some truth to it. Who knows? Chilling out with y'all on Facebook Live, smoking some good pipe tobacco. Anyways, hashtag fuck social media drama, and thank you for watching, and I'll catch you cool cobras on the flip side.